What makes this area so unique is you are stepping into true old Florida. The crystal clear waters, the springs and the Manatee, the Gulf of Mexico, all the fish and dolphin. That's what you're coming here to experience, and that's the unique part about our area, is that it's true old Florida. It's wild Florida.
They are a very curious creature, so they will come up to you, they will hug you, they may, what it seems like, kiss your face. I think if humans could learn to be a little bit more like manatees, the world would be a better place.
Why a visitor should come here is because it's a completely unique experience. It is full of history, it is full of beauty, and it is an experience that they will never, ever forget in their life.
They say that Florida isn't just a state, that it's a state of mind. A place to find the sun, sit back, and unwind. But for the curious soul seeking adventure, it's a destination to expand your horizons and explore unforgettable adventures. On this episode of Wanderlust Florida, we set off for Tampa to witness the natural wonders of old Florida and meet some gentle giants along the way.
What makes this area so unique is you are stepping into true old Florida. When you come here, you're experiencing what you only see in books and magazines, and that's true old Florida with the wildlife, the crystal clear waters, the springs and the Manatee, the Gulf of Mexico, all the fish and dolphin. That's what you're coming here to experience, and that's the unique part about our area, is that it's true old Florida. It's wild Florida. Being on that airboat, just cruising along in inches of water and seeing fish dart underneath of you, and then coming up to a pod of dolphin that just all they want to do is play, and then making a turn and seeing a bald eagle fly above you. That's what it's all about. That's what we're here to show people, and that's what we enjoy doing as well. Growing up here in Citrus County, you didn't have the amusement parks, and you didn't have the sporting venues to go to. You had the water to go to. We have a very shallow area here, so airboats is the safest way to navigate our waterways. You can go see incredible things that you can never get to in a regular boat. I was born and raised here, and I still have not seen every part of water that we have to offer. So I grew up on airboats, and it's a passion of mine, so now we're taking the passion and showing our guests what we have to offer. My name is Captain Gary Bartell Jr., and I own and operate Ozello Boat Airboat Tours in Crystal River, Florida. We are on the Gulf Coast side, also known as the Nature Coast. We are just about an hour and 15 minutes north of Tampa, straight up US 19. So what makes airboats so eco-friendly is there's no draft to them. You are virtually on top of the water when you're cruising around. We have a shallow water reef, the St. Martin's Aquatic Preserve, that has 1,000-year-old sponge and coral on the bottom. It's a real shallow area, so your typical prop boat can potentially cause damage to that reef or the seagrass beds. These airboats, they're cruising along in inches of water, and they're not disturbing the bottom. There's no propulsion underneath of the water. Everything is out of the water, even for the wildlife. You know, dolphins can swim underneath of these boats because they're very playful. Manatee, you can just drift right over them. So the top speed of our airboat is 53 miles per hour. Airboats, they're designed for low-end torque to be able to go in real shallow water or take off of, you know, where you have an inch of mud and no inches of water. That's what airboats are designed for. So we cruise anywhere from 35 miles an hour to 40 miles an hour in the open waters. In the closed waters, we travel at a safe speed of 25 miles per hour. What creates an awesome dolphin experience on an airboat is the safety of the dolphin. So those dolphins are naturally friendly and frisky. They'll like to dive and go underneath of the boat and shoot back out the other side, follow the wake, and believe it or not, they're actually the ones that are hurting us. They'll let us know which direction they want us to go. We can spend hours out there just playing with them on their demand. You can't really say that you visited Florida until you came here to see old, true Florida. This is where Florida got its name from. It's not from the amusement parks, it's from the wildlife, it's from the natural resources, the springs, the Gulf of Mexico, the creeks, the rivers. That's what we're about here in Citrus County. This is, in my opinion, this is like the treasure of Florida.
I got interested in manatees when I was around 10 years old. I've been interested in manatees ever since. I came to Crystal River back in the 80s and found out that you can actually get in the water here with manatees. And I've been swimming with them for over 30 years. My name is Ed Menster, and I'm a captain and in-water guide at the Plantation Adventure Center.
We are in Crystal River, Florida, about an hour and 15 minutes from Tampa, Florida, and about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes from Orlando, Florida. The Plantation Adventure Center is unlike anywhere else you could ever experience. It is located directly on site at the Plantation on Crystal River, which is a 232-acre resort. And it offers natural tours. We also offer at the Adventure Center kayaking, paddle boards, boat rentals, from pontoons to skiffs, just a multitude of things. So a manatee is like a 3,000-pound puppy dog. They are very gentle, docile, very large, and have very poor eyesight. So when they approach you, it's out of curiosity. They do love to eat grass, so they may nibble on your wetsuit, may feel around on your mask, and what they're doing is using their tactile senses to kind of see you.
I do believe manatees cannot tell that we're not manatees in the water. So a lot of people think that's funny, but after 30 years of swimming with them, I've got a lot of instances where they make me believe that if you act like a manatee in the water, they don't know you're not a manatee in the water.
On our tours, we observe the manatees through passive observation. What that means is we can't touch them, we can't hug them, we can't frolic with them, but they are a very curious creature. So they will come up to you, they will hug you, they will take their flippers and wrap them around you. They make what it seems like kiss your face, but they are indeed trying to use their tactile functions to touch you, to see you, if you will. And it can be quite funny when you're trying to roll around with a baby manatee and not touch them. They are, you want to hug them, you want to squeeze them, you want to kiss them, but you have to practice passive observation.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I've lived in Florida my whole life and have never experienced swimming with manatees like this. Crystal River is got to be one of the best places I've ever been to in Florida. Having an animal that docile, that cool, just something that large right in front of you and being able to swim with it, almost touch it and feel it, and just feel its energy right there next to you is amazing. This is something I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
manatees come to these springs because of the climate, the weather. So when it gets cold in the winter time, the waters of the Gulf, for example, say they're in the 50s, the manatees come to the springs to regulate their body temperature and keep warm. The springs don't fluctuate very much, so between 72 and 74 degrees, and then they come here obviously again to stay warm and regulate that body temperature because they do not tolerate cold very well. So my history with manatees actually it is an interesting one. I was born and raised in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we used to, as Canadians, vacation in Florida. And that was where my first experience with the manatee obviously was. And from there on out, I developed a passion for everything Florida. Manatees, dolphin, fish, it's just, animals are very spiritual creatures, and if you learn to tap into that, a manatee tour will provide an experience of a lifetime. When you look at an animal like that all it really cares to do is be safe, be fed, be warm, it really puts life into perspective. I think if humans could learn to be a little bit more like manatees, the world would be a better place.
I love most about this area. There's a lot of things to do with nature. You've got the fishing, you've got boating, you've got cycling, you've got all kinds of stuff to do here, and it's very slow pace.
People would be surprised to know that Crystal River is really a hidden gem. When you go to places like Orlando, Tampa, and Clearwater, it's more city, it's more urban, and Crystal River is more old Florida. So from the palm trees to the untouched waters, you can experience everything that Florida has to offer right in your backyard.
When the pioneers came across the landscape, they saw smoke from the bad place. It was condensation from the warm water, but they called it the Devil's Den. Devil's Den is a karst cavern. That means that the earth dropped from the surface, made a pyramid, and you were able to see the aquifer, the Georgia and Florida aquifer. That's what makes it a karst cavern, K-A-R-S-T. My name is Rowena Thomas, and I'm manager of the Devil's Den Spring. We're located in north central Florida, and we're approximately 2.5 hours from Tampa, maybe 3 from St. Pete. When Devil's Den was discovered in modern history, it was a hole in a melon field. I'm talking about maybe 30 years ago. The locals used to trespass, and the owner of the melon field used to get very angry, and it became a liability nuisance. So he sold it to a diver, a German lady, and she cleaned the whole den out, made the stairway safe for divers to enter. She was involved with cave divers and really well-educated divers. They researched it. They made it safe for scuba diving, open water certification only. The cave system is far too dangerous even for a certified cave diver. So they are barred off. So this is an open water dive location. I've been here nearly 21 years, so obviously I love the place. Every stick, stone, branch, tree, and of course the den. The den is extremely special. It is so beautiful down there. It is blue, it is colors with the different lights. It can be orange, green, it is gorgeous. It takes you from reality to a ethereal zone. What I feel when I go down the steps to the Devil's Den is a complete exhilaration every single time. And remember, I've been here almost 21 years. Each time I go down there, it's different coloring. I look at those rock formations that are outstanding. I get a thrill every single time, and that's not even entering the water. It's just going down and looking at this beautiful place that is so unique. Swimming in the underground spring, in the summer it feels cool. In the winter it feels warm because the temperature is always 72 degrees year round. So swimming, if you go in the summer, you step in and it's exhilarating. If you go in the winter, it's nice and warm. And you swim around and you see these beautiful prehistoric rock formations, and you have to really stop at each part and look at the difference and realize the age. It's an extraordinary experience. Why a visitor should come here is because it's a completely unique experience. There is nothing like it. It is full of history, it is full of beauty, and it is an experience that they will never, ever forget in their life.
On the next episode of Wanderlust Florida.